son had so much love for Nigeria. There was a time I tried to take him
From Nigeria.
but yes, so the UK immigration refused him. At the time, he was just 18. After that, there had been many opportunities for him to come over, but he kept saying, I love Nigeria. There's so much money to be made in Nigeria if you know what you're doing. If you see from the video, even when I got the picture, I knew there was no way, even if you didn't fall with a car, there was no way anybody would have made it. My name is Kylie, the mother of Obina, the young man who lost his life at Purple Mall, Lekki Phase 1. I am pleading with the lawmakers, the police, and good people of Nigeria to help me get justice for my son, Obina. Good evening, everyone. My name is Mrs. Ifeanyichukwu Kylie Bokolo. I live in London. Recently, on the 26th on Thursday, the 26th, which was last Thursday, my son died at Purple Mall, Lekki Phase 1. The incident happened around that kind of 6 p.m. My son usually goes there for gym. That wasn't his first time, but from my understanding, it's a place where the valet will usually park the cars for them. On this fateful day, from what his friend testified to me, that they got there and they were told by the Olokpa, I don't know if I can call what we call them in English, but if it's all right for me to use police, were there, the security were there, and on this day they said they cannot, they will not park the cars for them. They should go and park the cars for them themselves. And where they parked initially when they got to the mall, they were told to go and move their car. His friend was one who insisted that he won't move his car. His friend said he's not going to move his car because they had dignitaries in the building on the day. It was very busy and there were not much space in the car park. So my son is not somebody that likes quanta. He doesn't really like, if things go too much, he walks. So while this was going on, my son told his friend, let's go and park. They were sent to the 5th floor of the mall. Now, from our understanding, by when my family eventually went to view the place, there were no instructions, safety signs to say this is entrance, this is exit. So my son entered the mall, the car park. It's a multi-level car park. He entered this multi-level car park through the exit. Now, according to what we heard from the management of the mall, we are yet to obtain the CCTV, but my family have seen the CCTV. The police have also seen the CCTV. He was driving very slow. He was not speeding. Obviously, when you're driving in a multi-level car park, you don't speed because you're looking for parking space as well. So he wasn't speeding. But I don't know what has happened. The only thing was that the CCTV, when he went to that 5th floor, to the place where he tipped over from the 5th floor,
network has been crazy. Yes, please. go ahead.
When he went from the part where he tipped over from the 5th floor,
What?
there was nothing on the CCTV. Nothing on the CCTV. So there was a lot of reasons, mishaps, because there is no signage. If you're asking people to go and park their car for themselves where you normally would use valet to park cars, there should be traffic control on each level. I came back from Nigeria not long ago. The Lagos car park, Lagos Airport car park, it has multi-level car park, and it has on each floor traffic control. There are people that will show you where to park or go to the next level. And most of the barriers are concrete. This particular car park, if it had concrete, whatever happened there, my son wouldn't have tipped over from the 5th floor.
Huh.
It had a pole or rail. I don't know the best, whether it's a pole or rail, that can't even hold that much of a weight of a heavy human, talk less of a car. And according to what eyewitnesses said, it took about 35 to 40 minutes for them to be able to get my son out of the car, because obviously when he fell,
Gosh.
the car tipped over, so they had to pull him up and take him out of the car to take him to the hospital, even before the ambulance came. On reaching to the hospital, they said he was dead on arrival.
Wow. Wow. From regular going to gym. Wow. How? Finish telling the story. Let me not interrupt you. Finish telling your story.
So, according to his friend, and I want to say it was good thing that his friend was there. Thank God his friend went with him, because if his friend wasn't there, by the time because his friend was driving behind him, his friend was on the 4th floor whilst he got to the 5th floor because he drove ahead. By the time his friend got there to say, "Oh, did you see my friend? Did you see where he parked?" And he was told that my friend has gone over. So they rushed down and they went to the hospital. There were some representative of the mall who went to the hospital with them, and they stayed with them all through, even when they said that my son had died. When the next day came, because I heard on that same evening, we now heard that the representatives of the mall have gone to make a report to the police saying that my son died on Friday morning, which was the 27th, which was already a lie. And that really got me upset, and it made me panic, because we haven't really spoken to you. We haven't really had any conversation with you, but the first thing to do is to go and make a statement at the police that he died in the morning. So we had a meeting today that was meant to happen with the DPO of I think the place is called Morocco Police Station. He gave us an appointment.
Police Station down the road here.
Yes. So he gave us an appointment, and the appointment was meant to happen. Sorry. The appointment was meant to happen at 10 a.m. today.
Okay.
My family got there. We didn't see any representative from the mall. We waited. The DPO was not there until 2:40. That was when I received the call that the DPO had arrived. Unfortunately, the meeting had to be rescheduled for tomorrow. I'm not very certain at what time it's been rescheduled for tomorrow, but the meeting has been rescheduled for tomorrow. When this happened, the car park, from what we saw, they just put hazard tape to block the place. It was not shut down. It was not closed down. So it was business as usual. My son's car on the day of the incident, before the police towed it away, was moved from the present location.
Where is the
put
car
under,
now?
it's at the police station, the Morocco police station. They moved the car to the side before it was towed, and it was covered with a cloth, as if nothing had happened. Then they said to the police that they wanted to park the car for my son, and my son insisted. But his friend that was there said that wasn't true, that they were telling people to park their car by themselves on the day. But my concern is, if you have a multi-level car park where people use on a daily.
What's the name of this gym establishment?
It's iFit gym inside the mall, inside the Purple Mall.
Purple Mall.
Yes.
All right. I'd like to hear from iFit Gym, Purple Mall, what your side of the story is. I wanted you to talk. I wanted you to share your story first, uninterrupted. Now, let me ask you some questions. How many children do you have?
Those.
What?
That's my only child.
How old was he?
He just turned 28 on the 27th of May.
Ha! I have no other children.
I don't have any other child.
Ha! Where are you? How come he wasn't in London with you? Did he choose to stay in Nigeria?
My son had so much love for Nigeria. There was a time I tried to take him
from Nigeria.
But yes. So the UK immigration refused him. At the time, he was just 18. I think the case went on from the time he was 16 to 18.
Wow.
So after that, there had been many opportunities for him to come over, but he kept saying, I love Nigeria. There's so much money to be made in Nigeria if you know what you're doing.
Wow. Now, what is the DPO saying? What are the what are they saying? Whether he parked his car or not? In my humble opinion, unless he was intoxicated, every multi-level story building for car park should be properly secured. What are they saying?
From what I heard from my sister who's been running around, they said that it was a case of negligence, So obviously, if you see from the video, even when I got the picture, I knew there was no way, even if you didn't fall with a car, there was no way anybody would have made it.
Wow. So how did you get the news? What happened on this
Oh
fateful
God.
day?
I, I got him back from work, and a few people tried to call me, but I was very tired. And his ex-girlfriend called me and said, "Have you heard from him?" I had called him a few times before that to talk to him. And the ex-girlfriend called me and said, "Have you heard from him?" I said, "No, I haven't heard from him." And she said, "Oh, okay. Are you with somebody?" And then I said, my sister-in-law had come in to the house, but she didn't um tell me why she came. She was meant to be on night shift, but she never told me the reason she came. But I knew she came and she was a bit concerned and a bit worried. So I asked her what happened. She said she was having an issue with my brother. So I was kind of telling her, okay, take her, just tell me what it is. She was talking to me. And then the girl called me. When the girl called me, my sister-in-law started shouting over her because I think they wanted to break it to me the next morning because they wanted my big brother to be around. Eventually, the girl said, can she talk to my sister-in-law? So I reduced my voice and I took my phone to the room and I said, you can talk. I don't think she knew it was me she was talking to. So she said, that Bobo has died.
Can you please send me his picture so I can show the people what he looked like?
I sent you on WhatsApp.
Oh, okay. So this is what he looked like. A 28-year-old, good-looking young man, a casualty of Nigeria and our anyhowness. He was 28 years old, the only child of this lady right here. If there's only one thing we can help her with, is justice and closure. You sent me quite a few pictures. I want to share his pictures with you all. 28-year-old, at a point where his mother was supposed to be enjoying him. May we never mourn our children. Oh, these are the people he was supposed to bury her when she is old and gray. It's his responsibility to bury his mother. Nigeria happened to them all. Here is his mother with him. Now, you must be very young. You must have had him at a very young age.
Yes,
Tell us a little bit about that.
it's a part of my life that I buried.
Okay.
The only way
Not
I
how, but just you had him at a young age. Was his father in his life? Did you raise him
I
alone?
raised him alone with my family, and um, the father wasn't always there. He wasn't always there. It's even in his adulthood. I had encouraged him so many times that no matter what, this is your route, and he's made effort. I think it was during the answers that they started having a bit of a better relationship than what it was in the past. So, but he wasn't a present father. No.
So a son you raised by yourself till he was 28 years old, hale and hearty. Nothing was wrong with him. He didn't have cancer or anything. He left the house one day to go to the gym and never returned. Wow. Wow. So what do you want? What do you want people to help you with now?
I think why I started crying out is because I want an acknowledgement that there was negligence and not lie. Not lie. If there are people who know him, they know he was calm child, he was good. He didn't like confrontation. He was a good boy. Just facing his life, he was my sunshine. I just don't want the coverage. I don't want the lie. He doesn't deserve the lie. What happened on that 5th floor? Because the camera cut off from the part where he tipped off. What happened? Let's acknowledge that there was negligence. Don't, I don't want it to be another Nigeria happened to me. Please. I don't want it to be swept under the carpet. I want it to be. Look at today, we had an appointment. The DPO gave us appointment 10 a.m. There was no follow-up call to say, sorry, I won't be there.
The DPO of what police station? Nigerian Police Force, I'm kindly calling on to you to look into this case. The case of the young man who tumbled off the Purple Mall 5th story car parking. He was allegedly going to Eyewitness gym. And this happened, when did it happen again?
On Thursday, the 26th of June.
On Thursday, the 26th of June. Police, Nigerian police, I would like if you can look into this case and please treat it with the severity it deserves. I want this woman to be able to at least have closure. And if there's negligence, please let us not be Nigerians, but let us actually help her get what is entitled to her. She can, if she gets pregnant today and gives birth in 9 months, she will be 70 before she has a 28-year-old. She will be 70 at least, or near 70. This has been her life's work, raising a kid by herself. She does not deserve to be told a story and the story swept under the carpet. I have my trust in the Nigerian police force, and I know they will do what they have to do. Please, guys, share the story. I want to bring up a lawyer, Wale King, if you are available, Belinda, if you are available. I want you to at least advise her on what she can do, what she can get in a situation like this. Please, Wale, if you're available, just send me a request. Belinda, if you're available, please send me a request. John is saying social media will not solve this. I agree, but social media is where it is going to start from. I haven't had anything to eat today. I was in back-to-back meetings. When she called me, I don't know, she was just lucky she got me, because normally I don't answer calls. And I give people 1 minute to tell their story. All that Daddy Free is, hello, I'm a fan, I'm calling you from Mokola, I want to greet you, you are done. Send me a message. But within 1 minute, she was able to tell me her story, and I was like, you know what, let everything wait. I said, call me on WhatsApp. We moved the conversation to WhatsApp, and I scheduled her I moved everything today, everything I was supposed to do today, to get her to share her story. Social media will not solve it, but social media will kickstart it. There are many matters that started on social media and were able to get resolution. Social media also will prevent, or at least in the very best, minimize foul play. Once we know that the matter is out there and the matter is being viewed by the public.
Hello, Daddy Freeze.
Hello, Wale. Good evening in Nigeria. I know it's morning where you are. Wale, my dear sister, Wale is a Nigerian trained lawyer who worked with the late Richard Akinjide, a very famous lawyer, but he's now in the US. So, Wale, please, in a situation like this, you can ask her any question you want, so you can advise her.
I didn't believe when I joined, I was, she was narrating, but I didn't get a good background of the story. Can you please just run it in your,
Just summarize, please, Kylie. Your name is Kylie, right?
Yes, sir.
Please go ahead.
On the 26th of this month, Thursday, last Thursday, my son went to
We
gym.
can't hear you.
The audio is kind of low.
If you are
I'm
using
sorry.
AirPods, please
No,
remove them. Okay.
I'm not. On
Go ahead.
the 26th,
Much better.
on the 26th, on Thursday, the 26th of June, my son went to the gym at Purple Mall. iFit Gym is what he uses. He went to the gym at Purple Mall. Usually, the valet will park their car. On this day, they had dignitaries in the site, and they told them to go and park their car themselves.
Sorry,
And they
one
sent them.
question. The dignitaries came to the gym.
No, there were dignitaries in the mall.
So, who are these dignitaries?
I have no idea, sir.
So,
Unfortunately, I have
because
no
a
idea.
dignitary comes to a mall, the whole mall turns upside down.
It was very busy, and there were police, there were police, there were security, and they were told to go and park their cars themselves. I would understand that maybe the reason they had valet to park their cars usually was because of the state of the building. I don't know, so I'm alleging. On this day, they were forced to go and park their car. His friend was a bit. His friend refused to move his car from where he had already parked. My son, to be very honest with you, everyone that knows him, if you know, they know, most people know him as 20 Fresh. He's not confrontational. He doesn't, if there's any, he will move. So he told his friend, let's just go and do it ourselves. So he went ahead. Eventually, his friend followed him behind. By the time his friend got to the fifth floor, he was asking the security where he parked. The security told him my son had tipped off, had skidded off the fifth floor. So they now had to run down to go and help him out. But according to the survey that my sister did with the lawyer that we brought at the time, they went to the building. They said there was no signage saying this is entrance, this is exit. So my son actually went in there through the exit. The CCTV covered that he wasn't speeding, that he was driving up slowly. But what we didn't see was what happened at that fifth floor. From the part he went off, there was nothing on the CCTV. We are yet to obtain the CCTV, but the police have seen the CCTV. And from what we also heard, the car park was not yet commissioned as safe, from what we have heard. So from whatever happened there, I don't know. But I know that my son tipped off and he died on the spot, because by the time they took him to the hospital, they said he died on arrival. He was already died by the time he got there.
Man, I'm so sorry. I mean, I didn't really mean to let you go through this all over, but I can't advise properly if I do not know what happened. So, but I mean, as a human and as a parent, I really, sympathize with you, and I pray that God Almighty will console you. It's really, really tough at this time. So, well, that there is what we call building codes, and in Lagos today they have a recent one, starting from all those incidents of the past, of all those buildings just falling off and all that. Now we may want to, first off, the Nigerian system is broken. I must be honest with you. Sometimes some of these things do not require too much, but you have to take it upon yourself. I was, when I came in and I heard a bit of the story, I was saying, should we follow through? I mean, I kind of know a few, top ranking police officers in case, harassment, or for someone to lean on so they can follow through. Not that building needs to be, they need the town planning to come in and look at it. If it's not safe, for humans to be around it, whoever
So
owns that gym and whoever gave that premises out for rental or whatever the case may be, they are gonna have a lot of questions to answer. I mean, it wouldn't bring back your kid, but at least it gives relief to
that's
feel that at
my
least somebody is
desire.
taking responsibility for their
That's my
negligence.
desire.
I know. I'm so sorry, man. It's really tough. The developers in our nation, they do all kind of things, all manners of, just in the name of making money. I mean, they are worse than people even making money rituals, because eventually when you cut corners to make things happen, and now you're putting people's life at jeopardy, it's really terrible. But I'm gonna share some information with DA if he can pass it on to you. And if you want, I could do you whatever kind of, if it's a petition, a letter, something to guide you through on how to do it. I'll do that one willingly. Then you can just, follow suit. But it's really, really sad. I don't know what exactly to cling on now, but for those dignitaries, Nigeria, I don't know. Why are the people that are supposed to be serving us be the ones, riding on us? Why? Dignitaries are in a place, then the other protocols get broken for some set of people. Why? It's really sad. But I'm sure you will get something at least in for someone to answer for this. But of course, it doesn't bring back the kid. But just my sister, stay strong and know that. Well, I mean, destiny. Things will happen at some point in time in our lives. We can't control it, but it's really, really not a thing to. But we need to really hold them accountable at this point. We need to.
More than anything in the world, we need to hold them accountable. We
That
need
is
to
true.
hold them accountable. We need to hold everyone accountable, no matter what. A building can't, unless he's spared, or how long has he been driving for?
And my son had been driving over 4 years. Over 4 years.
If he's
I don't know.
if he's
Over
been
four. He's
driving
been
4 years,
driving
then
since he was he
he did
was
not by mistakenly press the
22.
accelerator instead of the brake.
Madam, good evening.
Good
Madam, good
evening,
evening.
John.
Madam, I accept my deepest condolence on your loss. It's a very tragic thing to have to you. Sorry, please. Um, God will comfort you. There's nothing we tell you here that is comforting enough. But the God will comfort you.
Amen. Losing a
But
28-year-old only son.
but but for me, I don't believe They just need to be accountable. They need to pay the price. If you ask
Hmm.
me, the first thing to do is to get the building approval of that structure. There is no civil engineer, I repeat, there's no civil engineer that will approve the building of a parking lot without proper reinforcement to avoid
Hmm.
Daddy Free,
Madam.
you have the picture of the rail.
there is no
Okay, okay,
civil
You
John.
engineer.
can
I want to show
you
you the
have the
picture she
picture.
sent
Please
me
show
of the
them the picture
rail
of the rail. That's
where
something they
her
put in the
son
living room.
Madam,
fell
either
off.
one thing must have happened. Either they have the proper, someone approved the proper thing, they used another thing, or someone did not approve rightly. I'm telling you, no,
Um,
no civil
this
engineer.
is the car. It landed on its roof and was completely flat.
That differs.
Yes.
That differs.
I want to show
If a
you the.
human being falls off the fifth floor,
You go by.
he won't survive it. Not to talk of inside the machine.
Hmm.
So that differs. If you look at Murtala Mohammed International Airport,
Hmm.
huh?
Do they have? Sorry, John. I want to get. It's a ramp. The boy was trying to ride through.
Yes.
Do they have
There was
rail
a ramp.
guards?
There
Does it
was
have no
a
rail guards?
there was a ramp. There was rail guard.
Okay. Let
Then there
me
was
let me
ordinary
share
rail.
this
Please,
video.
Daddy Free, we share it with you.
Somebody, let me increase the volume so you can hear.
So is this the fifth floor?
Mhm, mhm,
So this is the fifth floor,
mhm,
and this is where cars are supposed to park.
mhm, mhm,
Hmm? This is where cars are supposed to park.
mhm.
You know this kind of thing they are supposed to put there. It's not this kind of molded things they're supposed to put in that place.
Madam,
Hmm.
madam,
Mhm.
something went wrong in the design of that structure.
Okay. Wow.
Something,
Wow. Wow. I'm
something,
just
something
seeing
absolutely
this,
went wrong.
guys. I want you to watch this. I want you to watch this. Look at this.
That's where the car fell from.
Can you see that they put tape there? It's just like normal balcony. In my
Ah
opinion,
ah
maybe I'm wrong. Maybe we
ah
need clearer pictures.
Ah, no, no,
ah
no,
ah.
no, 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 no,
So
no,
that the
no.
freeze,
That's
a
that's
lot of things
that's
might have gone wrong. Eh? Either his
Liars.
brakes malfunctioned.
Mm-hmm.
Either his brakes malfunctioned.
No
But
problem.
regardless, if his brakes malfunctioned, that reinforcement should be enough to put a
hold
stop
him
to that car.
back. Yeah,
Whatever
a real
speed,
proper real guard.
whatever speed he is on that parking lot.
Yeah, hello.
Normally,
Yeah.
it's made of concrete. The higher you go, the more reinforcement.
Yes.
The higher you go, the more
Okay,
reinforcement.
from
No
where?
structural engineer will design that structure
Yes.
with those
I said
rails.
from where?
Madam, I'm telling you categorically, there is no structural engineer in this world that will design that
Okay.
structure with those rails. Apparently, those people
All right.
consider the cost
I
of
send it on
concrete
WhatsApp.
reinforcement and decided to do that barbed wire they did there. So the first thing you should be looking at is because the mall might claim culpable deniability. That structure was approved like that. If that structure was approved like that, they might claim culpable deniability.
Is the gym still operating
No, but it's
right now?
not the gym's problem. It's not the gym's problem. The gym is a tenant in the mall. Let's get. When we start seeing the wrong people, we will lose it.
Hmm.
The gym is a tenant in the mall. The gym should just show, okay, our guests, this happened to our guests, they should shut down. Maybe for a while. This happened to our guests. But the gym is a tenant in the mall. You cannot hold the gym liable for this. The people you hold liable for this is the owners of that structure.
Hmm.
You understand what I
Hmm.
mean?
Calling on Governor
I'm trying
Babajide
now. So
Sanwo-Olu. Please help us look into this structure.
that Eyewitness is renting in that
Yes, the
mall.
mall is a big mall.
Okay.
Eyewitness is just one small
So
shop.
do now the mall, that construction is a pie trap. That thing doesn't look like where a car should be on top. No, see, if we analyze it, coming out of the ramp, it cannot make the speed that will be enough to jump over if they had a proper rail guard. You understand what I'm saying? No, it cannot gain 25 miles an hour to at least be able to break a proper. So there is a defective structure, and like you rightly said, I'm not an expert in civil engineering. They couldn't. Nobody would have approved. Nobody on earth would approve that kind of. That thing looks like a balcony, like just a metal to put there to say that, ma'am. I think you want to start by petitioning town planning.
One,
Then
are you taking notes, ma?
you have
Demanding the
the
structure. John asked for something because John is an engineer and John is also an investor in real estate, so he knows what he looks for in property. John, what did you ask for? What did you tell her to ask for
The
again?
building approval.
Building approval.
The building approval.
Do you have a lawyer?
That's what I wanted to say. This is not the time for her to be asking for those things. Madam, hand this everything over to your lawyer at this time. You know,
Kylie,
rolling.
Kylie, you're rolling. Now the kind problem with my lawyer Agba they like with this.
because that the phrase, the thing is,
They go pay.
these people focus on the aesthetics of the building without focusing on the safety and the structure of the building.
Absolutely, it's a big violation.
They go make the building go fire from outside so that when you pass, you won't come. But they don't focus on those very basic things. They don't focus on those very basic things. If
Imagine losing a 28-year-old only child, only son. Kọ́lọ́ má jẹ́ kéèyàn rí bí ni o. Kò gẹ́ bí leléyìí o. John, you no go understand now, but now Wale go understand what I dey talk.
Say no because like me, this kind of thing will happen to.
Baba, nobody want make it. You go do were, you go change them for them. But at the end of the day, waiting don't go.
I think come for night, plant dynamite there.
Waiting don't go. No matter how we plan.
If
Kylie,
the
please,
lady
where are
still,
you?
if the,
I'm
if the
bringing
lady is
another
still
lawyer.
listening.
Wale Joe, you might have to leave for a few minutes so I can bring Kylie back.
Okay.
Just wait till she's ready, just in case she's not yet ready.
Wow.
Maybe her phone ran out of juice or something, or maybe she's on a call or something.
Gift floor.
Or maybe
that cat sound weak.
She's not
that
picking my call.
Too
Maybe
much
she's going
impact.
through a lot. All right, Belinda, go ahead. Once she's ready to come back, she will send me a message, I believe. Thank you, Belinda, and thank you, Wale, for your time. Lawyers are needed a lot in times like these, so we can understand the legal perspective and what the law says. Kylie, are you here? Okay, she said her phone overheated. Okay. So once you're ready, just send me a request so I can tell one person to leave. Wale, please be on standby though, because we might need you to come back. Sadly, this is not TikTok. On TikTok, it can take as many as 10 people in a conversation. Instagram, please, you have to do better. At least let us be able to have 6 people.
Yes. What if we decide to take up the legal aspect of this matter for this woman? We raise money and get a lawyer for her.
That makes sense.
She's going through a lot. She's going through a lot.
That makes sense.
Going through a lot right now.
That makes sense.
If we can do it.
If I talk to my lawyer, if he's willing to take up the case, he won a case for me and a car company that was their brand ambassador, and the car company wanted to cheat me. They paid my money in full. You understand? He's very good and very aggressive and very smart. So he doesn't. And if we talk to him, he can advise how we can do the case in such a way that if there's a compensation, he can take his legal fee from the compensation. So what we'll have to pay for is filing and all those things.
Just let me know. Just let me know. I'll start with 50K.
All right. I'll give you Free Nation account, 50K down, all those papers. But let me talk to him. Belinda, go ahead. Or does Belinda want to take up the case? Before we start bringing, at least let's keep it in the family. Belinda.
Well, is she in Lagos?
Yes, Belinda is in Lagos.
Well, Belinda, take up the case.
Good evening, gentlemen.
Belinda, at your pace, please. If it's something too stressful for you, let me know. You might be dealing with other things on your own.
Okay, I think she said she sent a request.
Okay, Wale, Joe,
no problem.
Exit. So we're going to ask her if she has proper legal representation. If not, we'll take up the case. Okay, Kylie.
Oh, sorry.
Okay.
I'm going to.
So we were asking you just before your phone took you out. Do you have a lawyer? Do you have a proper lawyer? Do you have good legal representation?
Not yet. We have a lawyer, but comme c'est comme ça, if it makes sense.
Okay. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to go. Belinda, is this something you want to take up? Because Belinda is a lawyer.
DF, let's proceed first. I will look up.
Okay. So Kylie will get back to you on that. Let me not put. Belinda is a lawyer, and she's very brilliant, and she's a woman, and she will of course sympathize with you as a woman, a fellow woman. So, Belinda, what is your take on this particular matter?
Honestly, Madam, I am so sorry. Words will not be enough, but I pray that the Almighty God will grant you the fortitude to bear this irreparable loss. I am so sorry. I am so sorry.
Thank you.
I live in Nigeria. As a matter of fact, the mall you're speaking about is about 2 minutes walk from where I live. So I do know the Eyewitness or the gym. I know where you're talking about. It's unfortunate, but this is a system where things can be a bit shaky. So I hear you, but I have a few questions that I may need you to prepare your mind for regardless. Firstly, what are your prayers? I know that you want justice, but what exactly do you want? Because John here said something about the building approvals, which is very correct. If that property or that facility was approved as it were,
it wasn't. It wasn't because on the evening it happened. I think on the Friday, which is the 27th. Although this is word of mouth, we're yet to see if it is with the report that the police made, because they said that the people who are in charge of building safety in Lagos, that they were there that night, and they said that that car park was not commissioned for to function yet. But this is word of mouth.
right.
I know that most things go by the books. I know this, but this is from my sister. So I did also ask her the question, is this on a paper? Because we don't want a situation where tomorrow somebody goes and pulls a gun behind and comes back to say it was commissioned, because anything is possible in Nigeria. So indeed, from what I heard, they said it wasn't commissioned. But the car park, I don't know about the building, but the car park itself was
Madam,
not commissioned to function.
madam,
Okay, so
what we want to see the building approval is not if the car park was commissioned or not. When you draw a structure of a building, you draw the whole structure of the building. Any other addendum is not approved. When you draw the structure of a building, you take it to Alausa. Alausa goes through the mechanical, the structural, and the electrical components of that that structure. Attests their seal on it. Town engineers attest their seals on it after having studied it. What I mean by building approval is, I don't want to know if it was commissioned or not. Was that car park supposed to have those rails as its barriers? That is a primary barrier. Was that car park, that is what I want to see on the building approval. Was that car park supposed to have those rails as its barriers? If the car park is supposed to have concrete reinforcement as its barriers and it has those rails, they are done. They're done. They are done. They are completely done. They are finished. But if someone approved those rails there, then they will now claim culpable deniability. It wasn't us. It was the guy who approved it. These are the things we need to see.
okay.
That's why we're asking, can you write to can you write through a lawyer to allow us to see the approval of that building?
Okay, madam. Second question. I'm so sorry that we're asking you a lot of questions. But there's no other way we can gain
It's
clarity on
very
how to help
important to
you.
gain clarity.
Yes, so we have to know how to help you. The second question is, what's the situation with the police right now?
They've taken the statements. They say they're on it. We were meant to have a meeting today with the DPO of Morocco police station, who gave us an appointment, and he didn't turn. He turned up like about 3 hours later. He gave us an appointment for 10 a.m. He turned up at 2:40 p.m. So the meeting has been rescheduled
Or
till tomorrow.
okay,
Yes.
what time tomorrow?
I'm not certain what time tomorrow.
Okay, that's fine. What is the situation with your lawyers? Who are the people currently helping you with this procedure?
I know that we have a lawyer. I don't even know who. Sis, can you check if my brother is back? I know that we have a lawyer. I don't know what chamber they come from, to be very honest, but I know that the first visit and the second visit that they went with a lawyer.
Okay.
Okay, so you have engaged the services of a lawyer, right?
Yes,
Okay,
yes.
okay, okay. Okay, so since the police are involved in the matter and you have properly engaged the services of a lawyer, I'm sure that here we will just be giving you more insight on
Um,
what to do.
um,
I am
uh,
open for a better lawyer
Auntie,
if there is.
um, um, Belinda, right? Belinda, you know that lawyers in Nigeria, no disrespect to your profession, are one of the most corniest people in Nigeria. I would prefer to use a lawyer whom will not be both, who is compassionate to her plight,
I agree.
who
I
is
agree.
compassionate to her plight. You know the joke of God asking Satan that he wants to sue Satan. Satan asked God, where is he going to get the lawyer from when all the lawyers are going to hell? You get? So we can only trust someone who we know will be very compassionate to apply. So lawyers,
So the
you
thing
might be
is,
surprised. You might be surprised that those people could give those lawyers for
The
300,000.
lawyer,
They'll go and start
the
speaking
lawyer
down
that
another
went,
side of their mouth.
the lawyer that was representing us, when the DPO didn't show up, he left. Obviously, I don't blame him. But when the DPO came back, we called him back. He sent us another person whom we have to kind of give a bit of a brief over again. So, to be honest, I am also on the lookout for a good lawyer, somebody who believes in fighting for justice. I just want a closure. I'm tired of him being in the cold and
Madam,
that place.
take heart. Take heart. Take heart.
Madam,
God will console you. God will console you. Nobody can console you here. God will console you. Take heart.
I'm so sorry, madam. I am so, so sorry. And I hear you. I also hear you, John. And this may not be the best time to state things as they are, considering how you feel. This may not be the best time. But I can tell you that the law will consider your emotions and your feelings, but judgment will not necessarily come from them. Judgment will come from the facts. So while we are all here empathizing and sympathizing with you, this may not be the judgment or the justice that you seek if we do not have the facts. So rather than us fighting for the outcome, I think we should focus on the process and know
I
exactly
understand.
what happened. Do you understand? So I am very, very, very sorry. It doesn't matter how good the lawyer you engage is right now. What really matters is the facts of this case. Do you understand? But I'm sure that together we would rally around you, give you both
Oh,
emotional.
God. I'm sorry.
Madam, you
No,
don't have to be sorry.
madam, you don't have to be
You don't have
sorry.
to be sorry.
You take all the
You
time
don't
you
have to be
need.
sorry.
You
You don't have
don't
to be sorry.
you don't have to be sorry.
You don't have to be sorry.
I'm so sorry. I wish there's something we could do to but like I said, please just take it easy, take it one step at a time.
I'm
I would
asking how. I think there's a component of break failure in this accident. There's a component of break failure in this accident. However,
Can I
there must
excuse
be
myself
enough.
for a
There
minute,
must be
please?
enough barrier to hold the car.
Can I excuse myself for a minute,
Yes,
please?
madam.
you can
Madam, you
please.
can. There must be enough barrier to hold the car. But there's a component of brake failure. There is a component of brake failure.
No, I'm
Because
sorry. I'm sorry.
is you is it not supposed to be reverse parked?
I know. And you're doing
When you're
so
reversing,
well.
your legs are on the
You're
brake.
doing so well, Kylie. You're doing very, very well. All right? You're almost there. Okay? You're doing very well. You're almost there.
Man, child. This
You're almost there.
this is a very bad way to die. It's a very sad way to die, man.
Mhm. You're almost there, sis. Okay?
It's so it's
All right,
I'm
my
so
sister.
sorry, madam.
It's a little bit, okay?
All right. You
Whenever
were
you're
about
done,
to
you
say
can see
something.
in the cry. Me?
Belinda, you were about to say something. Please go
Okay,
ahead.
yes. I was just still empathizing with her. And again, I asked the question. I don't know if this is the best time for you to answer it, and you don't have to answer it. But I just wanted you to know that this justice system here, we do have a saying that the court is no Father Christmas. So you need to prepare your mind to know exactly what your prayers are. What are you asking from the court? Now everybody is screaming, we want justice. But what exactly is justice for you? So you don't have to answer it right now. You can just think about it and make sure that whatever lawyers you are engaging carry on with these prayers, because it's the justice that would give you closure. And what may be justice to us here.
Hi.
Good evening.
Hi, good evening.
Hi, Sylvia. Can
Good
we
evening.
have some
Hello.
light? Can we see you?
Hi. Hi. Sorry, I'm in the car. I went out. Um, I was with him. I saw him the day before, and I saw him that morning because he came to my house to drop a church shirt. Me and Obina were very close. We go to the same church
What
every
church is that?
um David Christian Center, DCC David Christian Center.
That's just down the road from my house here.
We go to the same church. We meet at the gate all the time. We talk all the time. Me and Obina were very close. I was with him the day before. In the morning, he came to see me. We were talking. He said he was going to the gym. I was also talking to one of his friends that he was supposed to go to the gym with. He told me that he can skip the gym for me, that let him take me to eat. Let him take me out to eat. And I was so tired because I worked all night. And I told him that, no, please, I don't want to cry. I told him that I'm tired, please. We can do it another time. He wasn't like his friend is waiting for him at the gym. I was chatting with his friend too. That one was like, oh, where's Obina? I was like, Obina is on his way. He just left my side. He's coming to the gym or anything. I texted him by 2 p.m. He was okay. He told me that, oh, he had something to do at home, but he's already heading to the gym. I said, let me sleep and wake up. Obina was okay. He was clear. His head was clear. I met him. He was happy. He was healthy. Obina, I know, will do anything for anybody. He's a very cheerful person. I
It's
still can't
okay.
believe the
It's
person I saw
okay.
that morning. He's gone. For me to wake up and somebody is telling me they lost Obina. Obina. Obina left. He was a good person, hardworking. Everything I know, he was very healthy. He wasn't sick. He had energy to go to the gym. His head was clear. I spoke to him throughout that day. All for me to sleep and wake up. Oh, my Obina is
I
gone.
was the one that escorted him to Purple Mall when it happened.
So you
So
were at the Purple Mall when it happened.
yes. When we got there were a lot of dignitaries there, a lot of people there.
Who are these dignitaries that
So
want to buy us?
let's say there were about 30 something people that came to the mall, like a lot of policemen, white people and stuff. So I don't know what they came there to do. So they told us to go and park the car up. I was like, no, I'm not going to park my car up. That you guys have to do it. That's the valet. Because they have that valet specifically for that upstairs. So I refused. And even if you take the camera will show you that I stepped out from my car. And they told me that I must park it upstairs. Because someone there was telling me, you have to get back into your car. You have to just take the cameras. Just check the camera, you see it. So they made us go upstairs to go and park that car. And I was on the 4th floor. Obina was already going to the 5th floor. So when I got to the 5th floor, I was like, where did he park? And I asked someone. The security at the 5th floor was like that he saw a car that flew from up. It's like, wow, how come? So that's how it happened.
Wow. So you were there.
Yes, I was there.
Wow.
And
Wow.
why if you go to all these buildings that park car at the 5th floor, you will see that the barricade is well protected. It's either they do it with concrete or they do it with something very good. But if you go to that Purple Mall, you will see that that building, that particular floor is leaking. It's leaking water. You should check there is a lot of water there till now. Just anybody that goes there will see that that place is uncompleted. I don't know why they commissioned the mall that is not completed. They should have just completed that part before commissioning it, or maybe they will commission at one side and leave the other side. So it's just very, very sad, and it's just very, very sad. It's a small mistake, 2 seconds or 3 seconds should not sound like that now. That's like the worst accident I've ever seen in my life. That accident is not normal. It's the worst.
Just say,
Camera, you see it from the camera shows it all, showed it all that they
Have
didn't
you
agree to
seen
take the
the
car.
camera? Have you seen the footage?
No, but I saw
No, no,
the footage when
no.
he was at the 5th floor, but I didn't see the footage where I said that I'm not going to drive. But I'm very, very sure that they have the footage, and I'm very sure that others have seen it.